You are 6 years old, and you are on an airplane crossing the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. Your father has just retired from the NBA. His name is Joe Bryant. Everyone calls him Jellybean. He played 8 seasons in the league, and now he is going to play 8 more in Italy. The family is moving with him. You are leaving the row house in Philadelphia, where you were born. You are landing in a country whose language you do not speak. The town is called Rieti. It is small and ancient, and the streets are made of stone. On your first day, you ask your father where the basketball court is. He laughs. You do not laugh. You have been playing basketball since you were 3 years old. This is not a phase. This is what you are. Within 6 months, you are speaking Italian. Within a year, you are the only American kid in Rieti who can hold a conversation in 3 languages. You watch your father play professional basketball every weekend. After each game, you wait in the gym until everyone leaves. Then you shoot for hours alone. You are 6 years old, and you have already told your friends that you are going to play in the NBA. Your father is a beautiful basketball player. He is 6'9", lean and creative, the kind of player who sees passes before anyone else on the court. He could have been a star in the NBA. He never quite was. He was talented but not obsessive, gifted but not driven, and the league chewed him up before he turned 30. You watch him carefully. You absorb everything he does on the court. You also absorb the lesson nobody is teaching you out loud. Talent is not enough. The men who reach the top of this game are not the most talented. They are the ones who decide, somewhere very young, that they will pay any price to get there. You make this decision at 7 years old in a half-empty gym in Rieti. The family moves to Reggio Calabria, then Pistia, then Reggio Emilia. You move 4 times before you are 12. Each new city, you find the gym. Each new city, you watch tapes of NBA games your relatives mail from America on VHS. You study Magic Johnson. You study Larry Bird. You study a young guard out of North Carolina who has just won a championship in Chicago. His name is Michael Jordan. You memorize his footwork. You are 13 years old when your family moves back to Philadelphia. The Italian boy who left at 6 is gone. You return to America fluent in Italian, fluent in basketball, and completely certain of who you are about to become. You enroll at Lower Merion High School in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. You make the varsity team as a freshman. You are 6'2" and growing. The other kids do not know what to make of you. You speak with traces of an Italian accent. You quote European films. You do not party. You do not chase girls. You stay after practice when everyone else leaves. You wake up at 5 in the morning to shoot before school. Your high school coach is a man named Greg Downer. After your first practice as a freshman, he turns to his assistant and says, "We have a pro." By your junior year, you are Philadelphia Player of the Year. By your senior year, you are the Naismith and Gatorade National Player of the Year. You break Wilt Chamberlain's Southeastern Pennsylvania scoring record. You lead Lower Merion to its first state championship in 53 years. You are 17 years old, and you have already decided that college is not the path. You announce that you are entering the NBA draft directly out of high school. The reaction is split. Some people think you are arrogant. Some people think you are insane. A few people think you are right. You work out for NBA teams across the country. At the workouts, you do not just outplay other high school players. You outplay the NBA veterans they bring in to test you. One scout writes that you are the best teenage prospect he has seen in 20 years. You take a pop singer named Brandy to your senior prom. The photo runs in newspapers nationwide. You are 17 years old, and your face is already a brand. On June 26, 1996, you are drafted 13th overall by the Charlotte Hornets. You never play a game for them. Within weeks, you are traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, the team you grew up watching on tapes mailed from America to Italy. You arrive in Los Angeles at 17 years old. You sign your first NBA contract. You buy your parents a house in Pacific Palisades and move them in with you. You are the second youngest player in NBA history when the 1996-97 season opens. You are also, in the eyes of nearly everyone in the league, a kid who has not earned the right to be here yet. The Lakers have a center. His name is Shaquille O'Neal. He is 7'1" and 325 pounds, and one of the most dominant players in the history of basketball. He is also the alpha of the locker room before you arrive. You do not yield ground. From your first practice, you compete against him as if you are equals. Shaq does not love this. He calls you show off. You call him names back under your breath. The veterans on the team watch the dynamic and shake their heads. But on the court, something is working. You spend your first 2 seasons mostly off the bench. You win the 1997 Slam Dunk Contest as a rookie. You make your first All-Star team in your second year. By your third year, you are starting. In 1999, the Lakers hire Phil Jackson as head coach. He is a man with 6 championship rings, a calm gravity, and the famous triangle offense he ran with the Bulls. He sits you and Shaq down at his first meeting. He tells you both that the system will only work if neither of you tries to be the system. You absorb this. You do not entirely believe it yet. But in 2000, the Lakers win the NBA championship. In 2001, you win it again. In 2002, you win it a third time. 3 rings in 3 years. The press calls it a dynasty. Inside the locker room, you and Shaq are barely speaking. The system is working, and the partnership is dying at the same time. In April 2001, you marry Vanessa Lane. She is 18 years old. You are 22. Your parents do not attend the wedding. They have not approved of the relationship, and the rift becomes permanent. You will not speak to them for years. In January 2003, your first daughter Natalia is born. You hold her for the first time, and something shifts in you that you do not have language for yet. But 6 months later, in July 2003, your life splits into 2 halves. You are arrested at a hotel in Eagle County, Colorado on a sexual assault accusation. You deny the assault, but admit to a consensual encounter. The criminal charges are dropped a year later when the accuser declines to testify. A civil suit is settled out of court. But the year between the arrest and the dismissal is the worst year of your life. The press covers you relentlessly. Sponsors drop you. Your jersey sales collapse. Vanessa nearly leaves. You give her a $4 million ring as an apology. She stays. You spend the season flying back and forth between Colorado courtrooms and Lakers games. You drop 40 points in a playoff game after a morning court appearance. You arrive at games visibly exhausted, visibly older than your age. When the criminal case is finally dismissed in September 2004, you walk out of the courtroom and do not give a statement. You go home to Vanessa and Natalia, and you decide that the rest of your life is going to be about something different now. After the 2004 season, Shaq is traded to the Miami Heat. The press writes that you forced him out. You let them write it. For the first time in your career, the Lakers are entirely yours. The team around you is not very good. You score more than anyone in the league. On January 22, 2006, against the Toronto Raptors, you do something that no human being has done in the modern era. You score 81 points in a single game. 81, the second highest single-game total in NBA history, surpassed only by Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game in 1962. The next day, the world watches the footage in disbelief. You are 27 years old. You are at your physical peak. You are also alone on a struggling team that cannot reach the finals. This is the year you begin to construct what you will later call the Mamba Mentality. You wake at 4 in the morning to train before official practice. You watch film for hours every night. You break down every opponent's tendencies down to which foot they favor on a crossover. You stop drinking alcohol. You change your diet entirely. You sleep in a hyperbaric chamber. You begin signing your messages Black Mamba, the name you chose for yourself, taken from a venomous snake that strikes with precision. The character is partly a marketing exercise. It is also a way to survive what you are now without becoming what you were before. The persona is a wall between you and everything that hurts. In 2008, the Lakers acquire Pau Gasol. That summer, you play for Team USA at the Beijing Olympics and win gold. The team is called the Redeem Team because the previous Olympic team had failed. You are the captain. In 2009, the Lakers win the NBA Finals against the Orlando Magic. It is your fourth championship and the first without Shaq. You are named Finals MVP. In 2010, the Lakers win again against the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series. It is your fifth championship. It is the one you wanted more than any of the others, because the Celtics had beaten you 2 years earlier, and because doing it without Shaq mattered to you in a way you would never quite admit publicly. You are now in the conversation with Michael Jordan. You will not say his name in interviews, but you have studied him your entire life, and you know exactly how close you are. In April 2013, you tear your Achilles tendon against the Golden State Warriors. You are 34 years old. You stand at the free throw line after the injury and you make both shots before walking yourself off the court. The recovery is long, and you are never quite the same player again. But you do not retire yet. You play 3 more seasons. On April 13, 2016, the last game of the 2015-16 season, you score 60 points against the Utah Jazz. You are 37 years old. You take 50 shots in the game. You make 22 of them. You walk off the floor of Staples Center for the last time as a player, and the crowd does not stop standing until you are out of sight. 20 seasons in 1 uniform, 5 championships, 2 retired jersey numbers, a career that began with a teenager nobody thought belonged in the league and ended with a man the league refused to imagine without him. Retirement is not what you expected. You make a short animated film based on a poem you wrote called Dear Basketball. It wins an Academy Award in 2018. You become a producer, a storyteller, and entrepreneur. You spend the time you never had during your playing years with your daughters. Your second daughter, Gianna, Jiggy, has decided she is going to play in the WNBA. You coach her youth team. You stand on the sideline with the same calm intensity you brought to your own career, and you teach her things you wish someone had taught you sooner. She is a serious player. She has your eyes and your focus and the same private fire. On the morning of January 26, 2020, you and Gianna board a helicopter in Orange County to fly to a youth basketball game at the Mamba Sports Academy. 7 other people are with you, coaches, parents, friends, players. The helicopter flies into thick fog over Calabasas, California. Visibility is near 0. At 9:45 in the morning, the helicopter crashes into a hillside, and a man who had spent his entire life preparing for everything is gone in a moment that nothing in his life had prepared him for.